Hi, I'm Erin, and this afternoon I'm going to walk you through a super fast, easy, and frugal pantry meal. I'm going to use things that hopefully you also have on hand, because that is the idea here. Starting my recipe and inspiration tonight is going to be this box of creamy Tuscan chicken dinner kit. Now this was an impulse buy. You can see by the sale tag on the bottom. Normally I don't buy meal kits, but it looked intriguing. I mean, it does say tasty after all. It's got to be delicious, right? So there are some options if you don't have this. Of course, you could use your own pasta and throw together your own sauce. That would be pretty simple. I also did a quick little Google search, and there's some other things out there, kind of like in the hamburger helper line. So I'll kind of show a few photos of those. Maybe it's something that you might have in your pantry, like a rice-a-roni or something like that. Taking my box, the instructions are pretty simple. I'm not going to go buy anything I don't have. I'm going to substitute. So first thing it calls for is a pound of chicken. I do indeed have some chicken. I thawed it out of the freezer. It was fine. I was worried it was going to be freezer burned. Looks fine. It's great. We're going to use that. Next up, it says 2 tablespoons of butter. Butter is kind of precious. I like to use it when it really matters. I don't think it matters that much in this meal kit, so I'm just going to use some coconut oil. A lot cheaper. I'm not even going to count that in the budget, as I get this from our local Costco at a bargain. Amazon also has some in large containers, super cheap. So if you're talking about a spoonful, it's practically free. Next up on the list, it does suggest optional, 1/4 cup of sun-dried tomatoes. That would be fantastic. We don't have any. I do have a can of petite diced tomatoes. I'm gonna drain this and pop it in. And the last ingredient, it calls for 4 cups of loosely packed fresh spinach, which is about 2 ounces. We don't have spinach, but what we do have is this spring mix. What I'm going to do is add that, probably double their suggested. I'll add it at the very, very end, just before serving. Mix it all up. I know it's going to be fantastic. One little thing I like to do to spice up kind of box meals is fresh herbs. Those make the absolute biggest difference. I was able to salvage a little bit of fresh sage off of my tower garden. I'll tell you more about that later. Having some herb gardens around your house, in your yard, anywhere, makes a huge difference. And you can keep them alive all year round. Some of these are perennials. And I was able to scrounge up just a tiny bit of garlic in the back of my bread box, which is where I keep my fresh garlic. And these two tiny little bits are gonna help. All right, you guys, I'll get it all cooked up and report back. Hello guys, and I'm back. Dinner is done, and it was fantastic. It actually did not taste like a box meal at all. It tasted like fresh, homemade goodness. So I'm going to highly recommend that brand in a pinch. It was super fast, super easy, extra delicious, and all those little extra tidbits really helped. I'm gonna again enforce fresh herbs, fresh garlic, whatever you have lying around that's fresh, throw it in. It makes a big difference. I have a cost breakdown, and this does indeed fall under my $5 a meal category. The box dinner kit was $1.50. Of course, maybe you can't find these on sale. It was a clearance item. So again, do your best on that. Diced tomatoes were 64 cents. I used 1 pound of chicken. I actually prefer to buy my fresh chicken if you're local to my area. I go all the way to Bremerton to Fred Meyer. Their store fresh chicken is amazing, and it is $1.99 a pound. It is better than Walmart's chicken, which is the same price, and theirs is terrible. Go to Fred Meyer or pay more. The recipe called for 2 ounces of fresh spinach, which would have been 40 cents, but I doubled that for another 40 cents. Of course, again, I didn't count the herbs, the oil, and the spices. Hopefully you have some of those in stock. So grand total for the whole meal, it fed our family, unfortunately no leftovers, which really is a shame because it was delicious, $4.93. That is a bargain. All right.